Okay, so we are live. Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Gloria EJ YouTube channel. Today, we are continuing in our series of, living in China series, where I promise to bring you guys guests, delectable, interesting personalities on the channel to share with you about their lives living here in China as foreigners, and just to give you guys a perspective of what our experience is like and what we might expect to experience, coming to China in case you're interested. So today I have with me a very beautiful, very talented, very jovial, joyful personality in the house, all in the person of, okay, I'll let her introduce herself. Let me not get ahead of myself. Okay, you guys. So please, Tamara, kindly introduce yourself. Tell us your name and where you're from.
Drum roll! Hi everyone, my name is Tamara, Her Majesty Tamara. I'm from Zimbabwe and I'm currently based in Guangzhou. I'm a mom and I'm a beautiful wife as well.
Yay, a super. So good to have you on the channel, Tamara. Thank you so much for joining us today, for gracing our channel. It's our honor to have you. Thank you so so much for agreeing to do this. Okay,
Thank you for
so okay, so very quickly before uh we begin the questions proper, I'll just like to ask you, which is like the first question I ask every guest on the channel. Like, how long have you been in China, or when did you come to China? When did your China journey begin?
I think I've been in China since 2016.
2016. Oh wow, that's a long
Yeah,
time.
since
Wow.
2016. That's probably
So
about 7 now.
7 years. Wow. Okay. Our
Long.
seniors in the game.
Not for the
Okay. Okay, cool. So the second question I'd like to ask, why did you decide to come to China? What brought you to China?
Honestly, it wasn't my decision to come to China. I never
Okay.
thought I was going to come, but African parents have a way of punishing you. And apparently, for my African parents, bringing me to China was a punishment for them. So
Wow.
I've not been told in 2 weeks' time you're going to China so that you will not embarrass me in this Zimbabwe. So you're going to China. And voila, I woke up in China.
OMG, that is crazy.
Like,
do,
I
do
had
you
dreams outside China, but I found myself here. So
Wow. You mean to tell me you didn't know you were coming to China until 2 weeks before you came?
exactly, my dad did the whole process for me, talking to the agents,
Wow.
everything. He did it by himself. The only thing I was told was given my ticket that
Mm.
and my passport. I went, yeah. After he submitted everything by himself, he just told me, go and pick up your passport and so embassy, and you're going to China. I'm like, what?
Wow, that is so interesting to hear, honestly.
Like,
I had no idea. So they sent you to come and study in China.
yes, correct.
Okay, so was it for a bachelor's degree, a master's degree?
For a bachelor's degree.
Oh, for a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
Oh, that means you were quite young. Well, 7 years ago. I
I was
understand.
very young. I
Oh,
18.
oh, wow, wow. Interesting. So does it mean, like, do a lot of Zimbabweans come to China
Ooh, a
to
lot
study?
of them. A lot.
Oh,
It seems
okay.
like Cameroon is like going to a neighboring country because
Wow.
they're
For you guys in Zimbabwe.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, so um now I just want to ask, like, I want to go into like real life experience.
Okay.
Onome says your dad is the best. Okay. So
Then
I just
even,
want to,
is that how it's pronounced?
yeah, Onome, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So now I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Hi, Susan. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys so much for joining. Okay, let me know in the amount of time that you've been in China. You've been in China for 7 years plus. I want to know what are some of the culture shocks that you face, or you still even face currently, having lived in China all this time. Culture
Okay.
shocks.
I don't even know where to start from because the term cultural goes over many things. Like
Hmm.
I don't even know. Like I find it quite shocking that like back home when you
Hmm.
are work, for example, I work here in China. If it's a holiday, we don't need to cover up for that holiday. But let's say we are
Hmm.
on holiday on a Monday. That means we are going to cover up that holiday working day on a Saturday. Like what?
Why
We
is it a
don't.
holiday?
I why is it even a holiday? Then the other thing is, if let's say for example, there's COVID happened, it's not
Mm.
intentional, it's someone's problem. The school gives back the money to the parents unless they have a makeup class. I'm still like, in Africa, who has time to give you your school fees back? Like
Back. Oh,
it's,
okay.
and also the fact that if you bath in the morning, everyone is just looking at you like, did you bath? Why? Why are you bathing in the like? Or if I spray perfume in my class, I already know that I don't need to go with a lot of perfume because to them you are smelling so bad. You don't.
Really, if you apply
Yeah,
perfume. I actually heard about it, like that Chinese people don't normally like shower in the morning. Like they just
yeah.
brush their teeth. Like that's quite a shock.
And then, like they just wash their hair the night before, then in the morning just brush their teeth and they're good to go. Like it's.
Okay. So
I find it shocking. Like I think these are really the major things. Like
okay, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I understand that. Okay. So now I'm just going to ask you that. Yes, I know that some of these culture shocks come to us because it's something that we've not experienced, right? And I am
yeah.
sure that there are so many other shocks that if there was time, if you can go into it, like it will
Oh
be a
yeah.
whole. Mm. But on the flip side, I just want to ask you, living in China all these years, what are some of the things that gas you up about China? Some of the things that you love, or some of the flexes of living in China that you've experienced?
The biggest flex is online shopping. Pindodo. Ooh,
Her.
without like girl, I love it so much. I love the fact that even you if you buy something you can get coupons. You get free things. I love
Mm,
that a lot. I also love the fact that there's a lot of money in China, truth be told. Like, you just need to
her.
know where to go to get the
Where
money.
to look? That's
Get money.
right.
Exactly. Like, the work you put in is not much compared to the
Compared
money
to
that.
the money you get.
Exactly. I
Mhm.
love that so much. I love that it's safe. Like, I can walk outside at 3 a.m. In my country, you must be a strong village witch to be walking out at. You can't just be sitting around anyhow walking. If you don't want to
That's
die,
right.
walk around 3 a.m. and you see that you can die very fast. So I love that so much. And I also love the fact that I'm in a big city. So they're they're more open-minded sometimes. Okay, let me say
Okay.
something. Yeah. They are
Okay.
willing to know more about your culture.
Mm.
And yeah, I love that. Like, it makes me. And the fact
Feel.
that I'm
Mm.
a celebrity, when you're walking, they'll be like,
Her. Her.
my God, you take house. So
though,
thousand.
even though
And also,
sometimes it can get too much, the
yeah,
whole
it can get
celebrity.
times. Yeah, it can get too much. And the fact that whatever you need, you can find it online. Let's say you want to go to a restaurant, you can just find it online. If you're
Search
lazy to go out to eat, you can just order something in and it's coming. Like
the
to pick up the ice
convenience.
coming, it's so convenient. Like I love, 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 love that so much. And also I love the way they respect their culture. You see how they
Mm,
take that Chinese New Year seriously.
mm.
Like they put everything on hold
Yeah,
just for
to
them to
celebrate
celebrate. I also love the fact that they do family business. Like it's something that I really loved. They want to keep the money
in
for
the
generations,
family.
the family. You know, in
Yeah.
Africa, you'll be having a fight with your brother that I'm the richest. But here in China, it's there, but not that much. They do
mm,
everything for family, and I learned
yeah.
something.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. Cool. Let me
yeah.
just take a minute to say hi, Sir Stylist. Thank you so much for joining. Really, really appreciate you. Girl, when I tell you that the convenience in China, sometimes
If
I'm thinking if I leave
yeah,
this place, I hope I'll be able to cope in wherever I'm going to find myself because when you get too used to it, it's crazy.
just paying on Alipay, on WeChat, everything. Even if you forget your bus card at home, you can just pay
Yeah, you
with
can
your
use
phone.
your phone.
You can track the bus where it is. I just love everything. Like the transport system. You have DD, you have Dida, Hello Bike. You have so many applications that you can
So many
always use.
options.
It's so good.
Honestly, it's such a big flex. And
Uh,
you also said something about like there's money in China, right? Like you just need to
yeah,
know where to look. And
yeah,
I feel like this one might be a fact that some people might want to contend, but I think it also boils down to what you said. Like you just really need to know where to look, because some people will
yeah,
tell you, oh, there's no money in China or they are suffering and things that, and but it's like most times compared to the amount of work that you do, you just do small
yeah.
work and you get a lot of money
Money,
compared to
exactly.
like yeah, compared to like the West, like maybe the US, UK, Canada, all those places
Good.
you have to work shift upon shift upon shift just to
Exactly.
pay your bills. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think it's a really big flex
it
for
is.
China.
Yeah.
We have to give it up to them. Okay. I'm loving your answers. Thank you so much. Uh now I now I just want to ask you a more deeper question, and I want to know what has been the hardest part about living in China? The most difficult thing about living in China for you?
The most difficult thing I think it has been after COVID, where you cannot
Okay.
go home. If
Oh
you're going,
yeah.
you are gone forever. Now it's okay because now the borders are open.
Are open, yeah.
And if you want to leave China, that's just know you're going for good. And that was really hard because you've not yet, at some at a point there's certain things that you want to do to
Mm,
before you go. You can't just go and then go and suffer and start regretting. So for
mm,
you, it's so depressing. That's the other thing. Like it becomes so depressing that you can't do anything about it. You just have to patiently wait. And the
mm.
fact that there's no family, you have absolutely no one to run to. At least if I'm broke, I can just go to my mother's house, open the pantry, do some grocery shopping,
Shopping.
but don't have like. And also the other thing I found very hard is finding genuine people that you can put in your community. You can have a circle. Like it's
mm.
very, very hard to find genuine people that are not about gossiping, that are team building. Like it's the
And by this,
ghetto.
sorry, let me cut you short. By these people, you're talking about fellow foreigners, right?
Yes, fellow
Okay,
foreigners. Really
okay.
hard to find like genuine foreigners that you guys can mingle and do some things together. It's very, very, very difficult. And the fact that sometimes we don't really have benefits as foreigners, in the
Mm,
aspect that you can't get a loan from a bank. You can't even buy a house nicely, like driving, like it doesn't feel like you're abroad. When you give birth here, you can't get a citizenship for your baby.
mm,
Like, those are some of the hardest things that make you feel like you're not even in a foreign land, because it's not really open for all of us
yeah.
to benefit something from China. So these
Mm.
are some of the hardest things. And every time something happens with your visa, you'll be reminded that, oh yeah, take and go back to your house. You ask why? Know why? I mean, what do you mean know why? Like, those are
Yeah.
and the law always changes. This is the other thing. The law always changes. That is another issue. That is the biggest one. You go to the immigration today, they tell you so and so. The time you go back, there's a new
It
law.
has
The law has
changed.
changed. So these are some of the hardest things of living in China. Like,
I I feel you. I feel you, girl. Like I can totally relate.
I can't even, when you don't have, it's so expensive to get a nanny here.
Mm.
And I feel like sometimes that limits my love life, because there's no way I want to go out with him and
I'm sorry, I'm
I'm
laughing.
feeling like you are a grandma in love in the age, because you can't go outside. If we want to go for a romantic night, I have to carry her along, and it's not so romantic because I'm running after my child. Don't do this, don't do that. So these are
I
some of the
feel you. I feel you, girl.
very,
Thank you
very.
so Thank you so much. Hi, Linda. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you. But permit me to backtrack a little. When you
Yeah,
said it's hard to find real people that you can put in your community. I
yeah.
just want to ask, why do you think it is so? Because I've actually heard a lot of people complain about how difficult it is to make real friends here in China, like people that you can actually count on that will have your back and things like that. Why do you think it's so difficult to make friends here?
I think the other thing is jealousy. Envy comes
Jealousy.
in all form. Yeah, you know, people just believe when you have a husband and a child, your life is perfect. You've got, maybe they're single and they're seeing you are posting pictures and everything. You guys are living a fantasy, but it's
Yeah.
not always like that. And also, I feel like when you have friends that are not married, they feel like they should exclude you on some certain
Yeah.
things because you're boring. I don't even understand. So it's always like when you want to do something, they'll be like, you have a husband, go to your husband. I'm like, so
Yeah.
I social life outside just because I'm
Yeah. That's
married.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy, actually. Yeah.
yeah.
I
So this is
definitely agree with you. I definitely,
mhm,
no, I don't know. Sometimes they make it seem like it is you, the married person, who is feeling like, oh, your level has changed and
saying
you can no longer
exactly,
hang out with them. But
yeah,
I feel like in reality, they are the ones secluding you, like,
exactly.
okay, you know,
Yeah, the thing. Like, leave you out. Sometimes you
yeah,
just see people posted ching ching, they're eating outside. I'm like, why didn't you guys invite me?
call
They'll be like,
me.
oh, you thought maybe your husband would not agree. I'm
Mm. I
like,
got married. I didn't get. I don't even know if I didn't become somebody's property. That oh, I can't
exactly.
live my own personal
Oh,
life.
that's my life. Exactly. Like, you end up doing the same routine every day, going to work, coming,
Mm,
going to work, because you don't have a community that you can go to and relate. Like, I've had problems in a church on its own, like, where I thought maybe if I go to church it's gonna
mm,
become better, but it became a church whereby they are now pestering you. You must come, you must pay tithe, you must do this. And I was like, nah, this is not what I want. They'll be like, and you expect a certain love from people. Like, when you are welcomed
mm,
into a new, you expect to be welcomed with open arms, but then after you just say that, the only thing they want here is the money. So if the church is doing you that, and the
Mm.
community fine, you just end up being a loner.
I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. Linda is like, even here in India too. I'm guessing she is relating to what you said about maybe not being able to find help and
And
things not
yeah.
being that, yeah, easy. Okay, so I'm going to ask you now.
Mhm.
Um, Now I'm an avid follower of your channel, like you already know. So I
Yeah.
heard you talk about the one time that you had an overstay, like you had
Yeah.
overstayed in China, and you
Yeah.
were able to clear the overstay, and you were
Yeah.
even able to get a job and get a work visa. Now,
Yeah.
considering that I've heard so many stories about people who got stuck, sort of, maybe because their visa expired or something happened, they were sent home or they had to go back home. Some people were even trying to change, get a job or get a study visa. Like, some things just happened, but they found out that okay, they couldn't get it. Agents disappointed them, and then they just went back home. And then hearing your story of how you had actually overstayed in China, like you were already an illegal person. Let's put it that way. And then all of a sudden, they cleared
Yeah.
it and they gave you a new work visa. That's like, so I just wanted
Yeah.
to tell us how that went by. Like, how did it happen? How did you clear the overstay? I know that God played a big role, but just
Surely.
walk us through very briefly, please. Thank you.
Okay, so what happened is during COVID they were having free visa, giving people free visas. So I
Oh,
heard
okay.
about it when I was in my city, and I was staying with a Ugandan girl who is actually the one that was like, let's give it a try. Because I was like, girl, I don't want to get arrested. I don't even have money for the fine. So if it's something that I'm not serious, that you're not sure about, let's not do it.
Yeah.
She'll try. We went to the police station. We came to Guangzhou because I was living in Dalian by that time, the northern part of China. Then I had to come down to the south. My plan was that I'm going to go back home. After I clear my overstay, I'm going back home. So I sent everything here to my husband. He was my friend by then. Then I told him that I'm coming to clear my overstay. Then I go back home. Then I asked him, like, do you know about this thing? He was like, yeah, he has also done it. Like, he has been getting the T visa while he makes a plan. I was like, oh, okay. So because I knew someone that I know has done the same thing, I came over. We booked in a hotel. They came and did us took the COVID test. Then they gave us an appointment at the police station. Were made to sign some papers that I've overstayed and I accept the punishment, what. Though we didn't get any punishment done. I think the whole process probably took 2 weeks because you'll be put on the waiting list for you to,
Okay.
then they'll call you later. Like they'll now call you later to come and submit your passport. So all this while you still be visa less but staying in the hotel. And after 2 weeks they called me and they told me to come and submit my passport. I submitted my passport. Then I got 1 month visa. So after I got the 1 month visa, I really didn't know like what to do next with
To
my
do.
life. Yeah,
Mm.
I didn't want to be a student, one thing for sure. Like I didn't want to be, though I had not yet
Continue schooling.
graduated, but I just didn't
Mm.
want to be a student. So I found an agent that told me that it was possible for me to still do a student visa first if I really want to
To
continue.
stay.
Because I was thinking, like, can I just get a work visa and still be a student? And I was like,
Mm.
it's not possible. So I went
Okay.
on the student visa
Mm.
under that same agent. Then after I graduated, I now turned it into a company visa. This is also God because it's really impossible to turn your student visa. Okay, I can't say it's impossible, but here they told me that they
Difficult.
couldn't unless I exit China, and
Oh,
that time
okay.
was not open, so I didn't. It was not possible. I was just even
Mm.
I would plan I'm going to overstay again, then they'll forgive me and I'll now leave China. So after they told me that, after the agent was like, you know what, I can help you out after you graduate. So after I graduated, he helped me. I had to travel to go to a small city and now get my papers and my documents. Then I came back here and voila, it was done. But one thing for sure, this whole process cost a lot of money. A lot of
Okay.
money, a lot of stress, and a lot of paperwork. You know, China and
Okay.
paperwork, thumbnails, yeah, what a lot of things. Like the
Yeah.
money that is high.
So
You can actually spend more than 60,000.
wow, 60,000. Wow, that's a lot of money. Okay, so
Yeah,
if I understand you very well, you
mhm.
changed they canceled they cleared your overstay and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
gave you 1 month, 1 month T visa or something.
yeah. Actually, I got the 1 month visa for almost 1 year because I later got pregnant, and you know,
Okay.
Chinese expect pregnant women.
Mm.
So they had to keep
O-
extending because I
Okay,
didn't
so they
know what.
continue giving you one month, one month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until after I gave birth, that is when I now decided to go into a school that was willing to take me as a transfer student. Because the other thing is, when I dropped out of school, I was in my third year. So for you to find a school
Okay.
that would take you in when
You
you're
had
in
to
your third.
graduate from the previous one.
No, no, no. Like
Or
I couldn't from the previous one because those people are my fan. Let's leave them.
okay.
So I so they gave me a transfer letter, but when I applied to a new when I was applying to a new school without agents, they were telling
Mm.
me I have to go back to second year, of which I didn't have
Okay.
that time to go back to second year when I was just left with a semester to
Mm.
graduate.
To graduate.
So
Mm.
yeah, so also that part I had to find a school that was willing
Mm.
to take me as a third year student. And
Okay.
yeah, I thank God in Guangzhou there are a lot of schools like that. So I got one,
Okay.
and I was doing that time there were no offline classes, so it was a plus for me. I was doing online classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so from the school visa you now got a job
Yes.
and changed
But
to a work visa.
exactly. Through an
Okay. Through an
yeah,
agent.
yeah,
Okay. So key things to take out of everything you said is one, it costs a lot of money.
yes.
Two, an agent the help of an agent was needed.
Was very much needed.
Okay. Okay. And three, you didn't just change from the 1 month visa to to the work visa. You changed to a study visa first
Yeah,
before getting a work visa.
yeah. But
Okay.
recently, for others, it's very possible to change from a T visa to a work visa. Like I have people
Okay.
that I know that did it
That
like
did it.
actually last week. It's only that for me, I wanted my certificate of
Oh,
graduation. So
okay. Mm,
that's why I had to first go to student visa before now finding what to do with my life.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that detailed explanation. I'm sure that some people that might come across this video might be in need of it. So thank you
yeah,
so much.
yeah.
Before
That's
I let you go, I want to just ask one final question.
yeah.
What advice would you give to someone planning to come to China for maybe study or even to work, especially a Zimbabwean or especially a black person, a black woman? What advice will you give to the person?
First things that I can give, that I can say is, don't let peer pressure take hold of you. We come from different backgrounds.
Hmm.
You might come, and I am not
Word.
even, probably my parents don't expect even $1 from me. And then you
Hmm.
come and play with me when your parents expect $1 from you, and I corrupt you. Don't lose your family morals or family principles just because you're now abroad and there's no one seeing you.
Hmm.
Remember that abroad is not your country. It can never be comfortable enough for you. So come with the mindset that you are there for a reason and you're going to live after you get what you want. So the
Mm.
other things you can always overlook them, and it's gonna be tough. Honestly, the stress is going to be always there, but you have to remember that with God, nothing is impossible. Be careful of people that you hang around with because they influence you for good or for
Yeah.
bad. So it's up to you to guard your heart and always be prayerful no matter what. Because here, I used to think that everyone that comes here is pure. But some people are witches, some people are wizards. You don't know what
True.
people, yeah, you don't know what
they
people
they
care.
they brought it all the way from Africa.
Exactly. So you always look deep within you and know how to have pray for a spirit of discernment. That's why I can actually
Mm.
say to know what
Mm.
the good and the bad, because you might end up in trouble. So many people come here to China, they are Christians, church girls, then they fall into the wrong hands, they get arrested for maybe drug abuse or something,
Mm.
something that they didn't even know just because they
Do
were with the wrong
and the
clique
wrong
at the
people.
time. Exactly.
Mm.
So that's all I can say. China is a beautiful
Okay,
place. There are ups and
it
downs,
is.
but we strive. We make it work.
Yeah, we make it
Yeah,
work. We make
we
it
make
work.
it work.
Thank you so much. On that note, I'm just going to ask you. Okay, yes, there's something I like to do with every guest that comes on the Living in China series.
Yes.
I know that you're from Zimbabwe, and I'm hoping that you speak your local language. Okay, so I just want I just want you to say something in your local language. Just say hello to maybe someone from your tribe in Zimbabwe where you come from, just to have a kind of connection, if you know what I mean. So just say something in your local language. It can be anything. It's up to you.
I don't know where to start
Just
from.
say hello. Just say hello in your
Okay, let me
local
just say
language.
hello to anyone watches. Moro yaskana, moro akomana, ndini musikana wenyu, mwana wevhu Tamara.
Okay.
Ndinofarira vhidhiyo rinori. Yes.
Okay. So to all the Zimbabweans in the house, or the people from where you're from that understood that language, kudos
Yes.
to all of you. Thank you so much for being on the show. I really really appreciate it, and we all appreciate the your time and the valuable information that you've given us here today. I hope that this video will help you guys, give you some insight about our experiences as foreigners living here. But before we end this video, I want to let you guys know that Tamara is also a YouTuber based here in China. She lives in China with her family, her husband, and her cute little toddler. And this, as a matter of fact, this is a collaboration between myself and Tamara. And right after now, we are going to Tamara's channel to do the part 2 of this collaboration. And she is going to be asking me a lot of interesting questions that she has prepared. So if you guys want to see more of that, more of us sharing our experiences as foreigners here in China, then please check out Tamara's channel. I'll link her channel in the description or in the first comment of this video when it goes live, and you guys can always catch us on there. So thank you so much once again, Tamara, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I'll catch you in on your channel. So you
Okay.
guys,
See,
please, let's head on to Tamara's channel. Her channel name is Her Majesty Tamara, right?
like on the screen.
Yeah, it's like exactly, it's on the screen already. You guys can see it beside her name in the blue tabloid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so please go and check her out. We're going to continue this conversation over there. And as you guys know, this is the Living in China series. I am going to be bringing you more interesting guests on the channel. So definitely subscribe. If you're not subscribed, turn on your notification bells so that the next time we are going live, you can stop by. And it's live, and it's actually an opportunity for you guys to ask us questions. So we did not get any questions today, but
Yeah.
that's okay. If you guys have questions, you can save it for the next live stream and turn on your notification bells so that way you guys will join us and ask your questions in real time. Thank you guys
Mhm.
so much for today. We'll call it tonight. Bye guys. Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye Tamara.